Good afternoon, Naya. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Not a problem at all. So, before we jump into things, I just want to go over a few things before we get started. This is our first session. It's just us, getting to know one another, seeing if, we could build that therapeutic relationship,
Yes, ma'am.
and those type of things. I'm going to go over the informed consent form.
Okay.
And that's just letting you know that what we talk about is between me and you. You're consenting to therapy, and that type of stuff.
Okay.
I also want to go with confidentiality. I would never break our confidentiality unless you're telling me, you're confessing like you're going to harm yourself or you're going to harm somebody else. I will have to break confidentiality.
Okay.
So, and that's my duty to warn. So if you tell me you was having issues with a sibling or something like that, and you say the next time I see her, I'm going to kill her, I have to take that seriously and literally.
Okay.
So I will have to inform that person and let them know that, hey, just a heads up, Naya says, she might attack you. So they could be prepared.
Okay.
Or if you decided that you wanted to bring like a family member or a loved one in, we're going to break confidentiality because now we're going to discuss certain things that you went on in previous sessions. But you always, if that's the case, you can always, once that session is over, let me know that you no longer want them to come, and then we go back just between me and you.
Okay.
So that's what the confidentiality part of therapy. I have a few questions, just to get to know you and those type of things. So my first question is, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling okay.
Okay.
In an okay mood. Like, it's okay.
It's okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Nothing big going on or anything like that?
No, ma'am.
Okay, that's good. My second question for you is, have you ever been to therapy before?
No, I have not. So this is something new to me.
Okay, and how you feel about coming in today with therapy?
Kind of weird because it's hard for me to express my emotions, really. But I need the help. So.
Okay, that's not a problem. That's something that we definitely can work on. That could be a goal that we could talk about and in our next session.
Okay.
Also, my next question is, in your own words, what do you hope to gain from coming to counseling?
Peace.
Peace. So you feel like you at odds?
Yes, ma'am, with a lot of stuff.
If you had to tell me a few things, what is it exactly that you feel like you're at odds with?
Every day I'm prescribed anxiety and depression medicine called Zoloft.
Okay.
So I have to take that every morning at 8 o'clock.
Okay. So when was the first time that you realized that you was suffering from anxiety and depression? When was that diagnosed?
Well, I always had anxiety.
Okay.
My nerves always was everywhere.
Okay.
And depression, I could be in a room full of people and everybody will think I'm okay, but I'm zoned out. Like,
so you tend to
I feel alone a lot around a lot of people.
And when did you started taking the medication?
Well, about a year ago.
About a year ago. And what prompted your doctor to prescribe that? What was going on that you couldn't handle it no more, that you had to be put on it?
First, I started to get the little like breaking out in hives almost. I started breaking out in hives, and I'm also on birth control, so I'm thinking that has a major part in my emotions and stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day I was going for my shot, and my doctor asked me, "Have I ever thought about suicidal thoughts and how's my anxiety or how the birth control has actually reacted to my body since I've been on it for so long?" And when she started to ask me questions, then I kind of told her what was going on.
You brought up suicidal thoughts, so you have had suicidal thoughts in them?
I've had suicidal thoughts.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Not now. I kind of grew out of it. I kind of got my thoughts under control. And it's like my thoughts are so loud, I'll have to just yell at myself in my head sometimes, like, stop. And then they'll go away.
Okay. So in the past, what brought on those suicidal thoughts?
A lot of stress. I was teased. I was bullied actually from elementary all the way up to high school about my skin complexion.
Okay.
Actually, since I entered school, and I always thought, like, well, maybe if I was a lighter complexion, maybe if I was brown skin, or maybe if I was red, then I'll be more attractive, or I'll feel better about myself. But everybody made it seem like, oh, you're so ugly because you're so dark, and you need to stay out the sun, this, that, and that. Just making me feel bad about myself.
So was that mainly like your students, your peers, or was this also experienced at home as well?
It was an experience at home, more like a family member's house. It's not just peers, like family too.
Is it like immediate family, or just like when I say immediately, do you have any siblings?
No, I'm an only child.
Only child. So it's like more like cousins.
Older cousins.
And how would your family handle it when they see that type of stuff happening?
Oh yeah, they saw that it hurt me.
Okay.
But then that's when I realized the word family don't really mean too much.
Oh, so family to you.
Life just make you family. Loyalty make you forever, eternity. The way I feel.
Okay. That's interesting. Why do you say that?
Because you can love anybody. If you love somebody, you can do them wrong.
That's right.
But if you're loyal, then loyalty, you'll always have that bond. You won't break the bond.
So have you had in the past or even now family members that you feel that was disloyal to you that make you feel that way? Okay.
Yeah.
And what about the relationship with you and your mom?
Me and my mom got along. That's my best friend. I love my mom. I can tell my mama everything that I would tell my friend.
Okay. So you guys have an open relationship.
Open relationship.
Have it always been like that?
Not always, no. We so much alike. We bump heads a lot. We get in a lot of altercations, but I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Okay. So you guys got past that rough patch. How old would you say that you were when those rough patches was going on?
I was in high school.
Okay.
Like my sophomore year. I can't really talk to my mom because she was always like, she's just so tough. She don't want to see you cry. She don't want to see her cry. She don't want to show no emotion whatsoever. So it's more like a tough love thing more than a sentimental love.
Would you rather it be, try to show a softer side here and there?
Sometimes.
Okay.
But I need the tough love.
So why you think you need tough love?
Because the world is rough.
Yes, the world is rough, but at times, don't you think that should be your safe haven where you can go and express your emotions sometimes with your mom and be like, you just want to let it out and cry, and...
Yeah, I do. sometimes she be sentimental with me.
Mm-hmm.
The majority of the time, she try not to.
Do you think it's how she was brought up?
I think
Maybe.
So.
Okay.
I think so, honestly.
Do you have a relationship with her mom, your grandma? And how would you describe that? Is it the same
I love
thing?
my granny.
So it's that tough love.
My granny, she's more like, you know you're wrong, Naya. That's your mom, Naya.
Mm-hmm.
You know better, Naya. Like, it's like my second mom. Like, she keeps me on track as well.
Okay. So you have support from
a lot of support.
Mom and grandma. What about dad?
Me and my dad isn't too good. Well, now we are,
Mm-hmm.
but at first we weren't. At first we weren't.
So at first, you weren't. Is that because, do you find the relationship a little better because you're older?
I always asked my mom when I was younger, like, why you and my daddy never stay together? And she always tell me, I wait till you get a little older. I wait till you get a little older.
Mm-hmm.
And when I finally turned 16, I asked her again. And she was like, Naya, I don't even have to tell you. And she didn't even tell me. Actually, I saw for myself.
And what did you see?
I saw who was wrong.
What? So what?
My daddy drinks.
Oh, okay.
My daddy is an alcoholic. And I think that's why he drinks so much, because my grandma, or his mom, drank a lot as well. But she died from it because, drinking caused cancer. And she didn't tell anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah.
Okay.
He died in 2012.
So has he, could you say in the past, do he still drink heavily?
Oh, worse.
Oh, so he hasn't seek any help about that. How does that affect you, though?
A lot, because when he gets drunk, he is a totally different person.
So how would you say, so how much do you interact with your dad because of the drinking? Does that keep you from, like, in a standoffish kind of way, or do you, still?
I stay away from my dad because of my family on the other side.
Okay.
That's why, really. And my dad he's a good man when he wants to be.
Okay.
When I was younger, it was always, yeah, I'm gonna come get you, I'm gonna come get you. And I'll be waiting at the door all night and you'll never call. Like, just, I don't know.
So a lot of disappointments in growing up with dad not showing up when he said he was going to show up.
So when he tells me stuff, I just be like, well, okay. I don't expect nothing good, because every time I do, I get let down. So I try not to expect nothing at all. Okay. If he come through, he come through. If you don't, you just don't.
Okay. So do you think that plays a part in, because you mentioned your anxiety and your depression, do you think your family dynamics play a part in that too?
And I think that's why I be looking for love in the wrong places also.
Okay, so when you say you've been looking for love in the wrong places, what does that mean exactly?
I want a boy to make me feel like the way my daddy should have made me feel.
Okay. And what is that?
For somebody to fill the void.
And what boy would that be?
My daddy broke my heart before any man got to.
Okay. And how has that relationship with other, guys, all of them just end terribly because you feel like you're looking for that void, trying to fill that void?
I never got, nobody never really told me about boys.
Okay.
Honestly. I don't have any siblings. I'm the only child.
Okay.
All of my cousins are older than me. I don't have no cousins on my age besides on my mom's side. And they not even on my age, maybe like 2 years or a year or two. Either older or younger than me. And all of them got kids. I'm the only one without a kid.
Okay.
So it's kind of weird. Like, I can relate on some things they can relate on, and like since they're a parent, like I
Mm-hmm.
can't relate. I can't see what they can see.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it's just weird.
Have you tried to reach out to them to even just to get like relationship advice? Because even though they don't have any, you don't have any kids, they've been in a relationship.
Yeah.
So have you guys tried to connect on that level?
I try not to take advice from them either because they go back too.
Okay. So you see a lot of them in difficult relationships, you're saying, that they shouldn't probably be in? Okay.
Yeah. I can't take no advice from nobody when I'm in the same situation.
True. That's correct. Like if you, but see, so that means you kind of aware
Yeah.
that you shouldn't be in that relationship. So what makes you keep going back to a relationship? Because
I feel as though if you don't know how to let go, I'll just keep going back until I start to hate you.
until you start to
Hate them.
hit them.
Hate.
Oh, okay.
Like, don't like them at all.
Okay. So once you start to really see the picture, like their qualities aren't that great, then it becomes a turn off.
Like, you really not all that.
Okay. So what do they have to do in order for you to see that? Because it sounds like they probably do show you, and correct me if I'm wrong, show the red flags are there, but you just decide to keep going. So what is it that turns you off to make you be like, okay, I'm done?
Honestly, it seems like every time get worse than the previous time. That it's like the red sign get bigger and bigger. Like almost like when you go to the DMV and you gotta read the letters, and the little sign, like when you see the first red flag, is like real little, and then the more mistakes they get, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and that the last straw, and it's like a red flag in your face, like wake up. Like
So
when you gonna get enough?
When was the last time you was in a relationship?
It was 2 days ago.
2 days ago. Okay. And how long were you in that relationship?
2 years.
2 years. So you're recently just broke up, or y'all taking a break?
No, that's done.
That's done. So what was the red flag that made, because you said you keep going back until something about them really turns you off and then you're done. So what was it about that one that you were just like, okay, I'm completely done now?
I've always called him texting other females.
Okay.
Asking him on dates. He'll tell me he too messed up right now because of bills to take me on a date. And then he'll turn around and ask another girl on Instagram to go take on a date. But I always catch him red-handed.
How would you catch him?
Go through his phone.
You went through his phone. So was there ever a time where you trusted him?
No.
So
after that first time, I had trust in him, but I didn't expect nothing to come out of it, honestly. I really thought I could have changed him, honestly.
Oh, you thought you could have changed him? Why? So is that something that you always think with guys, or was it just him in particular?
No, it was just, he told me I was changing him.
Oh, he told you that? And what did he say exactly that made you believe, like, okay, yeah, I am. He is improving. I think I can change him. He gave you a promise ring. Okay.
Well, we broke up for like 8 months. And he came back and he gave me a promise ring.
And then after the promise ring, how long before you found out that he was texting other girls?
When again?
Yeah.
Oh, like 2 months after?
So 2 months. So you broke up for 8 months. When you got back together, for 2 months it was good until.
So I saw him texting some girl named Asia, telling her he was going to pull up on her and go see her. And, well, I called him texting her again the other day, too. But this time I called him texting 6 different girls. It was his baby mama. It was this girl named Asia, some girls off Instagram. The majority of the story, I'm not even mad at the other girls. It's just the fact that you act like you hate your baby mama.
Mm-hmm.
And you telling me she trying to put you on child support, this, that, and the third, just because you're dating me.
Mm-hmm.
And she never did have a problem with me.
Mm-hmm.
She just didn't like the fact that I'm dating her child's father.
So in the back of your mind, did you feel like, okay,
They still
something?
having sex.
Okay. And so you, like, to
And
go
that
back.
that confirmed it like 2 days ago. And after I did this big shebang for his birthday, I lit candles, I cooked for him,
Mm-hmm.
everything, washed his clothes, did all that.
And
he texted his baby mama like the same day and was like he just wanted to come rub up on her.
okay. And how did that make you feel?
That made me want to beat them up.
Both of them up.
Yeah.
Okay. But why her?
Because when she got pregnant, before he came to school, she found me.
Mm-hmm.
She found me. Her name is, we got the same name, same zodiac sign, same height, same complexion. The only thing that's different is she got a kid and I don't.
Mm-hmm. And she came and found you. So she found out about you and confronted you.
Yeah, and was like, do you know the name? Well, do you know this guy named so and so and so? And I just didn't even say anything. I just sent her pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's nothing else to say.
Okay.
And she was like, well, I'm sorry to tell you, he's my child father. My baby will be due in August and stuff like that.
And when was this?
Freshman year.
So this was it within the first year of y'all dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
So if this was in the first year, what made you continue?
I was naive.
Okay.
I ignored all the red flags. Honestly, truthfully.
So do you feel like you do that a lot in life in general, ignore the red flags? Or was it just something that with him?
Yeah, because I wanted it to work.
It goes back to you saying that you wanted to fill that void.
Yep.
So do you find yourself looking for love in all the wrong places? Not to sound cliche or anything like that.
It's not even like I look for love. They come to me.
They come to you.
Mm-hmm.
So when they come to you, is it like because they're pursuing you, you like, let me see where this goes, or like you're just like?
No, it was just something about what he said to me.
Mm-hmm.
Something that nobody ever said to me before.
And what was that?
And I was like, dang, that's smooth.
So his pickup line was smooth and made you want to see where it can go then.
Yeah. He said, I remember what he said. He said, hi, my name is Jaquavius.
Mm-hmm.
I see you on campus a lot, but I just don't want to say anything. But I love to get to know who you are.
And that
like
line,
you had to get to know who I am.
And that's what sealed it. And you was like, okay, let me see where this can go.
I was like, dang, you gotta know who I am. I was like, okay.
And from there on, you were just like, okay.
You see where it goes.
And so, but you stayed with him for 2 years.